contract manufacturer of electronic products. This is the first of a series of videos that we are putting together with some top tips and a few don'ts about how to use your leadership skills to build productivity. You may be a business leader or a department supervisor. Either way, don't underestimate the need to develop your leadership skills to keep yourselves ahead of the game. So where do you start? What's really driving that because we've always done it this way squad? And how do you get the right balance in an environment where the burden of regulation and process control is ever increasing? Before we start, let me give you a little bit of background.
3 years ago, my sister and I took on our family business, a service provider of electronic manufacturing services such as PCB assembly and electronic product build, specialising in the medical, aerospace and high-end audio market. We are a family business that my father had started in 1980, and whilst he is and will always be my hero, the last time he had worked in another business it was the 1970s, and we were inheriting a business with a very autocratic style of management. We recognised that whilst we weren't going to do anything different, we were going to need to do things differently.
All sounds good, right? Wrong. This didn't have the success we hoped for. We were trying to go from an appraisal system, which was basically an assessment of how many sick days a person had taken, to a proactive model. We were expecting the team to be able to go from what we'd had before to all of a sudden being able to deliver on their SMART objectives in one step. So what did we learn? Firstly, know your audience. We have many people that have been with the company for many years and in some cases since they've left school. So to take them from an autocratic style of management to job ownership in one step was a step too far. There was the usual nervousness and around change, and so we had to think again.
With the help of the book 12 Principles of Manufacturing Excellence, we worked with the management team and supervisors to come up with Team G&B's Manufacturing Excellence Strategy.
So this is our Manufacturing Excellence Strategy. It consists of 12 principles of manufacturing excellence, covering things from health and safety, process capability, product quality, delivery, and training, just to mention a few. There's 4 stages to each one: what less good looks like to us, and what we're aiming for. What this did was remove the unknown element around change. Everyone had been involved in creating our own brand of excellence, and they could all see the logic of what we were aiming for. It does not prescribe how we do this, it only describes the picture.
Each department has a copy up on the wall, and it is down to the supervisor and their team to determine where their department is on their manufacturing excellence journey. Once they have benchmarked themselves, during the appraisal system they can essentially choose from a menu of options as to what they would like to work on next. We encourage sharing of ideas, and often the team will roll out one department's ideas between them, or if it involves training, they may choose to all attack one area at the same time so that they can coordinate the training workshops with a few members of each team attending at a time.
Improving productivity on large volume manufacture is easier. Even if you only have an element of customization, it is far easier to complete a return on investment calculation and make that step change. But if your product batch sizes are only small and you only order as and when you run out of stock, then it is the team at the coalface that will have the productivity answers that you're looking for. You'll never gain access to this knowledge and expertise without good leadership, and that goes up and down the business. Over the coming weeks, we'll be sharing some of our stories, do's and don'ts about what's worked well for us and how we've implemented our strategy and made improvements. I do hope that you'll join us on this journey.